Hey, good afternoon to everybody who's tuned in to this live stream event. My name is Noel Lee, and I'll be your host during this stream. And we'll be joined by the folks from iChongqing, namely Miss Shirley, Miss Min, as well as James from iChongqing. And we are here gathered today on this online event. Basically, we are here to check out which of the cars has the best brain, so to speak. Yes, guys, we're talking about AI. We're talking about intelligent cars that can help us improve our lives going forward. Basically, in terms of safety, in terms of convenience. So this particular event is the iVista event, and this year it's part of the Smart China Expo 2021. The Smart China Expo officially starts on next Monday, but in the meantime, from the 19th, today and tomorrow, there will be this iVista 2021 Car Challenge Battle of the Brains. Without further ado, I'm going to bring in the members from iChongqing who's going to be on the ground. Well, they are on the ground in Chongqing at the event, and we'll be sharing, we'll be hearing from them on exactly what this iVista is all about. But in the meantime, I'm going to play a short clip to give an introduction on exactly what some of these cars were up to yesterday during the event. All right.
Hi guys, we're on live now.
Hi. So,
Hello.
hi. So we have Shirley and we have James. Good afternoon to both of you.
Good afternoon. It's great to be here.
Right. So why don't I get James to give a bit of a introduction on what he has been up to for this event. Go ahead, James.
Okay, I mean, it's been a busy time for me because with the
Good
Smart China
afternoon.
Expo coming up next week, we've been doing a lot of work on kind of unwritten articles for it. But of course, iVista is something I'm very interested in. I mean, I've been in Chongqing a long time, and I know that iVista, this competition for the best autonomous vehicles in Chongqing, is running for the third consecutive year. And I think it's really exciting to watch all of the latest innovations, the newest levels of performance these cars and the teams are able to achieve. And even though I'm a little bit disappointed I can't make it to the actual scene today, it's great that we've got Shelley there. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Right. Speaking of Shirley, she is actually on location right now. Let me bring her on. Hey, Shirley. So what are you doing in the car?
Yeah, now,
Go ahead.
now we're on the car. This serious car. It's totally autonomous driving. Oh, hold on. This car just parked automatically. Let me see. Oh, this one?
Yeah, no, starting. Wait for a minute. We change.
Just wait for a minute. We try
Okay, no
to
worries.
just change the
Okay.
camera.
Okay, yeah. Let's check out exactly what
Yeah,
Shirley is
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Okay,
Now
there
we
we
are
go.
going to go through several set counts. For example, the car just block. This guy just didn't put his hands on the steering wheel, and we are going to meet some obstacles. For example, in front of us there is a vehicle is ahead of us, and this car is going to slow down, and meanwhile it will just brake on at itself.
Right. So the car basically is driving by
Yeah.
itself. Yes, you can see.
Yeah.
Yes.
No hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah. There is a red light. See.
Okay, red light. So there's
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
So the driver is
It
totally not doing anything, right? He's totally hands free and
Not do
leg
anything.
free.
He
Leg
just
free.
observer.
Hey, yeah, just he just an observer and also the security car.
Okay.
Just make sure the car won't. If something went wrong, it will
Mm-hmm.
take control immediately. But usually it won't have any problem. We just
Right.
rely on the tongue.
So somebody's asking, what is the make of the car? What is this particular make? What's the brand of this car? The make.
This car is a domestic car. It's called Saros.
Quarter Saros.
Saros.
Oh, Saros.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna put up
Saros,
this.
yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put up this for a short while. So these are basically the teams that is involved in this car challenge. So as you can see over there, number 3 to number 5 is Saros. All right. So let's carry on the course.
Yeah.
So what's coming up next, Shirley? What's coming up next?
Later we are going to meet this car. It's an
Okay. Yeah.
obstacles.
Okay.
It's just like
Slowing
yes,
down
we have
for
this
the-
racing road. It's about just 3.2 kilometers.
Right.
And
Did you feel
meanwhile,
that-
there are set just 12 scenarios.
Right. Did you feel
And
that the brake is smooth?
Each
Is the brake smooth, or is it like a sort of like a a hard brake?
Oh, it's very smooth.
Great. So obviously we
It's
just
very smooth.
negotiated-
This car can test.
Okay.
Yeah, we just speed up a little bit.
Okay. Is the speeding up done by the car as well? Okay.
Yeah, we can
okay.
see.
Wow.
yeah. In the front.
Yeah,
of the
in
car,
front of us there is a passenger train. Yeah, so
Oh, but
people
it should
just
stop
try
here.
to cross the road. Yeah.
Why didn't the car stop the pedestrian crossing? Did we just miss a pedestrian crossing? And I noticed a beeping sound. Okay, another car.
Oh, here.
Okay, 2 cars.
It's-
3 cars.
Yes, three cars.
So the 3 cars in front,
It's just
are they
moving.
are they also autonomous?
Yeah.
So everything on this
Independent.
course
independent.
is not driven by anybody. Is that right?
Yeah.
Let's check out this
Automatic.
bread. Well, here is just going to meet a larger red lights and turn left.
All right, we're turning left.
Mm-hmm.
In the left turn, oh, it really stopped there. There we go.
Yeah, very soft.
So Shane, I confused that the car, how the car to judge whether the light is red or green.
So I noticed earlier there
这
was a
边的话，能
beeping
不能
sound.
就是向我们解释一下？
相机。
哦
They got the sensors and cameras that can capture.
Okay. So earlier in the car,
The
I
red
noticed there was a beeping sound. Was that something that is part of the system, or it can be turned off?
You mean just now? Because
just
I did fasten my seat belt.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. There you go. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, guys.
So, can you answer the question
And,
by
head of-
Eastern Wind, who is asking, the other cars on the roads are
Mhm.
arranged? Meaning that is this?
Yes,
is this
they
like a-
arranged for this competition.
Okay.
See, we just made this emergency. It's just
Okay.
they put these obstacles this car can park immediately.
Wow, it's going a bit fast.
It's just a time make the right decision. Yeah.
Wow, what's with the bumps?
Yeah.
I see that the car is like
The
bumping up
whole
and down.
journey just very smooth. And if there is a turning, it also will slow down.
Okay. And earlier on, we saw two cars that you just passed with the hatchback open. What's that about?
It's just, it was set for this challenge on purpose.
Okay. So
yeah, it's a
another
test whether
question.
the car can, stop immediately. And
So
over
this
here, check out.
question, this question is hold on. There's some obstacles in front.
Yeah.
Some
We'll
cones.
see whether the
Okay.
car can
Ah.
turn just past
Wow.
this.
Becomes difficult.
Shirley, do you mind removing the iVista paper on the dashboard? It's blocking the bit of the front. Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
How about now?
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Great. Get a clearer view for the audience. So there's a question there about is the car 5G? Any idea what that means?
No.
Okay. So Eastern Wind Express is asking some questions hard and fast. How fast is the car now? I would say what? 70, 80 kilometers per hour?
Set speed 1. And now it's
71?
just down to
Okay.
third
Right. Obviously.
0. Just allow it can reach set speed 1.
So are you going to be going on to other cars as well, or just this one will be what you're doing today?
Now we're on this racing road just for this competition.
Uh-huh.
The strongest.
It's the competition. It's just held this morning,
Okay.
so it's concluded this noon. So we just picked one car that's made by the Ceres.
Okay, got it. Ceres. All right.
Yeah.
So these are
Ceres
basically
is a
just,
company based in Chongqing.
All right. Yeah, we saw various competitors, and there's a bus in the front. Is that right? Is that an obstacle as well?
Yeah, it's a bus in front. Yes.
It's actually parked on the road. So
All of this road is set up for this. Just set up for this challenge.
So even the turn signal is automatic? I heard the turn signal clicking sound.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it's automatic.
Okay, so we're now at the end of the course. Is that right?
Yeah. Now, now we're going to the parallel parking.
Oh, parallel parking. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, how does the car know that it's time to parallel park? I mean, you might not want to park there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does the car actually know that?
这车是怎么知道它要停在这里了？
超声波雷达探测就是
because they got the radar which can detect this direction.
Right, but let's say in daily use, how would the driver activate the parallel parking?
如果是在我们每天的这种日常生活当中，是这个就是驾驶员他操作这个车的时候，这车怎么知道他该停到这里面呢？
会给他一个出发信号。所以我们设置就是需要泊车模式嘛，就会找车位，找到这个有空间的时候自己就停。
就是即将要停住的时候会给他一个信号吗？
对。
It's just like when you need to park. You need to give the car a signal that make the car know that you are going to park the car.
All right. Okay. I guess we'll read the instructions when we get it.
Yes, totally. Yeah.
Will the car be able to control itself if there's oil on its tires? That's an interesting question.
You mean the fuels?
No, there's somebody posted a comment.
The power?
Yeah, somebody posted a comment there. Let's say that means what the person is trying to say is that what if the car skid on a slippery road? What if the car skid on a slippery road? Yeah.
就是这，我想问一下，这个车是否就是可以，如果就是这个有轮胎上面上油的话，这车是不是可以它自己就可以操纵了？You mean they put the oil on the tire?
Oh no. They just mean that let's say if the road is slippery, right? If the car skidded, what happens if this car skid? I guess I don't know. I'm thinking that the driver would override the steering wheel, or can the car actually sort of
control itself very well?
Yeah,
you mean
yeah,
that?
Can the car realize that it's skidding and sort of get back in control? That's I guess that's part of the.
如果就是很打滑的路面，车是不是就是也可以就是操纵的非常的安全？
这个首先会减速嘛？
会减速。
对，减速主要降低到一个比较安全的一个速度。
就是说，
保证这个车辆的平稳性。
是那个是通过什么就是实现的？
这个还是有那个。
它底盘。Yes, of course. Because you know, at the bottom they also have this radar and sensors.
Right.
Can feel.
So I see that the car is
the road, specific conditions of the road.
So I see that the car is already parked. What's the next course of action?
We are at the end. Do we need to run another run?
Is there something different to see, or?
It's only 3.2 kilometers.
Okay.
It will be the same. Yes.
Yeah. Why don't we do another round?
And meanwhile,
for those that maybe just came into the stream. Is it possible?
Excuse me, I just missed
what?
This.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna bring James into the stream, and we'll see if he has any comments about yesterday's stuff. Hold on.
Okay.
Do this. Hey, James.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah. So, any input on your experience yesterday?
Sure. I mean, over the past year or two, I've actually had quite a bit of experience with autonomous driving. Because even though it's kind of at an advanced stage in Chongqing, they still don't operate on the public roads here. But, you know, in Chongqing, there's a global research center for Chang'an Automobile. So we've been there a number of times to do reports. And then also we've been to another smart industrial park in the city of Yongchuan, kind of in the southwest of Chongqing. Okay, I don't know if Leo, if you're still there, but I'll continue.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, so I've had like very similar experiences. So if you go to the Global Research Center, they also have their own like little block. It's not quite as long. It's not 3.2 kilometers long, maybe about 1 kilometer at most. And it can do a lot of those functions as well. It can stop at the lights and it can turn at the correct time. It can do reverse parking by itself. Of course, it can set off, from a parked position. And then also, I've also sat in the car when we've had a real human being, like a worker from the Global Research Center, can step out into the road and the car stops. But the cars at that time at Chang'an didn't drive so quickly. Maybe we limited the speed to about 20 kilometers an hour, so it was quite slow. But I can see what Shelley is doing there. It's actually a higher speed. And I can see on the information page I've got right here is that in iVista, they've set the speed up to a maximum of 60 kilometers an hour. So I'm quite impressed, with the level of developments they've managed to achieve. I'll also say as well, in general, they've achieved generally like level 4 in autonomous driving. But the highest level is level 5. because actually they said there were 6 levels of autonomous driving. So level 0 to level 5.
Right.
So as you can imagine, level 0 would be, for example, like the car I drive here in Chongqing, just completely manual. There's no advanced, self-driving technology in there at all. But basically, I've got a definition here of L4, which is that the vehicle performs all driving tasks under specific circumstances. Okay, so not all circumstances. And also, it's restricted by a term called geofencing as well. So I was saying the cars aren't allowed to operate on the roads, only in specific areas where it's authorized. So that we call a term called geofencing. And of course, with L4 vehicles, the driver still has the option to take control of the vehicle.
Okay.
But with iVista this year, I have seen that they are starting L5 technology. So L5 is complete autonomous driving under all circumstances.
All right.
And it's even possible that eventually when they come to operate on the roads, anywhere in the world, actually they're going to start bringing them out without steering wheels or even brake pads and accelerators. So that's something I haven't experienced yet. So I would like to ask Shelley, have you had any experience with L5 vehicles yet?
Okay, hold on. Shelley, so James has a question for you. Have you heard the question?
Okay, Shelley, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Noah?
Yes, we can hear
can
you.
hear you
We
loud and
change
clear.
another phone.
Okay, much better.
Okay, Shelley,
Yes.
so here's my question. So at iVista, they are practicing L4 and L5 autonomous driving technology. So at the moment, you're in a L4 car, I think. So the driver has the option to take over if that's what he wishes to do. But I've also seen that iVista this year is featuring L5 technology. So I was wondering if you've had the opportunity to experience that today or yesterday.
Actually, today all this participating car belongs to L5. Oh, L4, sorry, L4.
L4.
All of them are L4s.
And have you seen any L5 cars at the iVista competition this year?
No.
No.
Okay, so mostly L4.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, L5, I think it's still in its early stages, so it's going to be a long time before we see those on the roads yet. But yeah, if we can see them over the next few days, that would be really interesting.
Yes, I agree. It's a long way to go to get totally this L5 cars. So,
Okay, and
So we are having some
Maybe round 2, yeah.
another round. Is that right?
Yeah, another round.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
right.
我们这个雷达是就是和这个北斗这个卫星是联系的。
So anyway, is there like gonna be a real champion from this challenge, James?
yes, I believe so. And we've just, when the live stream started today, we talked about the model of car. I don't know if this is the exact same model of car that Shelley is riding in at the moment, but I can give you some information here. So in the whole of iVista, the whole of the iVista competition this year, there are a total of 36 teams.
Yes.
Not all of them are taking part in all of the contests. So I believe in the biggest brain competition, there are a fewer number. But I think when they bring together, they calculate the overall score, the winner is going to win this model of car. So it's called, hang on, I'm going to just find it here. I've got it in my notes.
Sure.
The Series Huawei Select SF5. And I've
what
got
is that?
some... okay, so I've read this information for you. So the car was built by Series in cooperation with Huawei. In addition to the strong performance of 100 km/h acceleration in 4.68 seconds, there's also a comprehensive endurance mileage of NEDC, I don't know what that means, and a full oil and power of more than 1,000 kilometers. Okay, so this kind of sounds a little bit Chinglish, this description. But anyway, as I've read here that the winner of the competition is going to take away with them this particular model of car as the first prize.
Right. Okay. So who looks to be on the forefront at the moment? Any idea which
So-
team is currently leading?
So,
No.
Shelley, do you have that for us?
Yeah.
So they're still working on the final results.
Okay. So how will we know the results?
So that we have
Maybe
maybe
later.
this later
Yeah.
maybe at around 3 o'clock.
No, but there is going to be another day of
the
challenge
combination
tomorrow, right?
result.
Yeah,
Shirley.
Another challenge like the low speed challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And will there be another
Can you hear me?
challenge tomorrow?
So if you like, I
Yeah,
mean, I've got the schedule for the whole iVista event here. So I've got it in Chinese here. So the event started yesterday, and yesterday it was the competition was formed. It's a place called Mingyue so Mingyue Lake, and they got a special road there which they called Pufu Boulevard. And what's special about it is that it's a combination of autonomous driving and smart road systems.
Okay.
And this is something that technicians have told me, and every time we've done interviews with them. So autonomous driving is not only about the car itself; it's a whole integrated system that includes like the road and also the traffic lights, signaling systems, and also contacts between other vehicles as well. So I remember in an interview we had before, we asked a question such as, let's imagine we have limited visibility, but 1 kilometer down the road, there's an obstruction. So how is the autonomous car going to know about it? Oh no, this is kind of where the observation, the CCTV cameras, and the smart road systems come into play. So through this constant connection the cars have with the roads, they will know automatically about any obstructions that are coming ahead, and will make advanced maneuvers.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna carry on, Shirley, to have one more round. Okay. So Shirley, take it away. Yeah.
Yes.
Could you maybe speak a bit louder, Shirley? Yeah.
Okay. Actually, yesterday we also went to yesterday's competition.
The battle. Yes.
Yes.
Much
The
better. Yes.
battle.
Okay.
The
Yes.
ADA's competition, and we also shot some videos uploaded to this live stream.
Yes. Let me play those videos, shall we? Hold on. Let me play this first video. All right.
Let's go.
Right. So that one actually shows the braking when the car senses pedestrians crossing the road. All right. And there's another one that you also shared with us. I believe is this one. Yeah, so that was pretty impressive because the dummy came out from the blind spot, obviously, right? Hidden from the other car. And yet the car was able to brake with the emergency system in time. And there's another one that you also shared with us. It's over here. Right, so there's reverse parking. All right, so we're gonna go for one more round of the car. Is that right?
Yes, right.
Okay, so take it away.
We're just waiting for another sentinel.
Okay.
We are waiting for them because they are trying to prepare for this scenarios. Because in this morning's competition, there are 12 scenarios.
Okay.
We just go around, just experience that.
Okay.
在这个路段里的话，我们车子它最高速度可以达到多少？60。Yes, they have set this maximum speed, 60 kilometers per hour.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna go for one more round.
And
Yeah.
Shelley,
James.
sorry, we also have a question as well. We have a question from the audience, which is the radar connected to the Beidou satellites?
Actually, it's not the radar. It's this GPS will connect to the Beidou satellite. 这雷达它主要是就是连接的是车的这个。
它主要就感知周围的一些障碍信息的。
它然后就是主要是就是连接的就是车大脑这种。
它可以相当于眼睛和耳朵，它来感知这个世界。
Actually, radar just only connect to this car itself, like the ears and eyes of the people. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you. So yeah, are we going to go for another round of the test on the course?
Yeah. We're waiting for there was another go,
And-
because they are now they arrange the obstacles on the roads.
Okay, so how long is the approximate wait time?
大概的话会有花多久？就是我们还要等多久？
我有。
I mean, I have some extra information for you.
Okay.
So
While we wait, all right, while we wait, let's hear from James.
Yeah.
Go ahead, James.
Okay, so we've just been talking about the Beidou satellite, so I have some interesting information for you here. So at the moment, we're in the third generation of the Beidou satellites, which was launched in March 2015. Provides global services. And it said that the Beidou 3 can reach accuracy levels of within a millimeter level accuracy. So that's very impressive. But also, I'll ask Shelley to check this as well. Is that on the iVista track for the competition today, there are some straight roads, but to kind of increase the level of difficulty, I read in the manual that they have set up some satellite scrambling systems. So whenever the car travels along straight stretches of roads, then it doesn't have access to the satellite navigation system. So have you had any experience with that, Shelley?
There's a bit of a lag, I think. Oh, now we got all right. I don't think she heard you. You may have to repeat yourself.
Shelley, can you hear me now?
Yeah. So we're at this starting line.
Okay, so we've just been giving some more information about the third generation of Beidou satellites. But I heard that in iVista for today, that for the straight stretches of road, they have some signal scramblers, so that the cars, the autonomous driving vehicles, they don't have access to the navigation system. They have to kind of use their own individual smart technology, like the cameras and the systems, guidance systems they are using.
Sorry, this interrupted. It's not so smooth.
Okay, that's no problem. And also, we were saying that the event iVista lasts from the 19th to the 22nd. So we're talking 3 days. So the competition started yesterday. So a few minutes ago, I was saying that the first day of the competition was about ADAS. So ADAS is the Advanced Driver Assistance System. And to some extent, that already exists in the cars we drive on the roads today. So for an example of that would be your cruise control. So if you turn that on, that's a kind of advanced driving assistance. But Shelley, have you heard any more details about the kinds of ADAS technology they're using in the competition this year?
You mean like yesterday's competition, or just?
Yes. Oh, yes. I mean, do you have any more information about what happened yesterday?
Yesterday it's just only the customer's car. So to be specifically, it's just the just this cars, just for customers, it's not really L4 or L5 cars. Just it's only L2. It's just partially to be this automatically.
Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. So, my understanding of ADAS as well, that it is, partial driver assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So today in the afternoon, we've got the biggest brain, of course. So that's the event we're covering at the moment. But there's another competition on today, which is called the virtual, I suppose, the Shuni Fangzhen. So we've got like a I'm not quite sure about that one.
Okay, Shuni Fangzhen is about
a challenge contest this afternoon about.
It's a sort of online contest among participants. And this afternoon, it's just transform this field. Yes, please.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So we saw that the specialty of iVista this year is that it's being conducted offline as well as online. Okay, so from what you're saying, it sounds like the other competition that is taking place today is the offline version. Okay, and then on tomorrow, the competition is going to continue. So we have the Shangyehua Jincheng Qiaozhan Sai. So tomorrow is a kind of like a business themed contest. Do you have any information on what they will be doing then?
Okay, that tomorrow's competition, they are not allow the media to join. They are going to set the scenarios on the highway.
Okay, so did they have a lot of scenarios set up? So I've got some other information here, which I will find for you. So, and of course, a lot of them are written down as random scenarios. So an example would be the dummy that walks into the road, and the automatic vehicles, autonomous driving vehicles, they have to stop the vehicle by themselves. Also, the reverse parking, we've already seen that. And another one that catches my interest is the decision-making ability. So the 决策控制能力. So, Shelley, have you had any experience with that today?
Yeah, today I just experienced for example, just allow the two cars just popped up in front of us. And one car just throw outside a box. The car can just make a turn immediately. This is the decision that the car made.
Okay, and I'm wondering if you could ask a question to the driver as well. I mean, this is something that's always been of interest to me. So if you imagine in the future, basically you have two bad choices. Either you can, imagine you're in a situation where you're at risk of hitting a pedestrian, but if you avoid the pedestrian, the car will crash into something, maybe crash into a tree or another vehicle. Under a circumstance like that, I mean, could you ask your driver at the moment, how would an autonomous vehicle make a decision under those circumstances?
Oh, that is an interesting question. I'm going to ask him. 这边我们就是有一个问题想问一下你，就是在我们车驶在开动的时候，就是如果就是这边有一个就是行人，他们在这车就是探测到他了之后，他会有转方向，但是在另外一个方向，他就会发现会有另外一个车或者有其他的就是物品挡住，这车会做出什么样的决策？
首先今天会减速，减速过程中，然后会优先，如果避免不了碰撞的话，会撞向普通障碍物。
普通障碍物不是人对吧 ？Yeah. This one. Just like he just said, first the car will slow down, and if the crash is inevitable, the car will choose to just run into you know, this a large car or large tree instead of knife, people.
Okay, so the top priority would be to avoid people in the road.
Excuse me, can you just
Okay, so
repeat?
into the situation I just described, then the priority for the computer system, the autonomous vehicle, would be to avoid the pedestrian, right?
Yeah, right. They'll avoid the pedestrian.
Yeah, it's basically like an iRobot. There's programs that is ingrained in the system, and over a simple if then else if method of selection, you will have the car perform the choice of best scenario, so to speak, from my understanding.
Of course, and also, Shelley, if you can ask another question to the driver as well, because at the moment our manual cars have a lot of safety features, such as airbags. But I was wondering as well, because autonomous vehicles are expected to be a lot safer than human drivers, when autonomous vehicles eventually come onto the public roads, will they still have safety features such as airbags?
就是当我们这种就全自动的车，他们就是像推广上市了之后，会不会就是像我们就是普通的这种就是手动的这车、人工车，依旧有这种安全保护的设施，比如像安全气囊啊这些的，也会有吗？
对，但是基础就是不影响之前人工驾驶任何事故。
It just said that it won't affect any, the cars, manual cars. This manual cars we have now. Later, this autonomous vehicles also have the same function, and also the security condition.
Okay, that's very good to know. And I remember the first time I tried an autonomous vehicle at Chang'an, and it felt very weird. And also maybe the second time it did, but on the most recent time we went, maybe we went again like in July this year, and it kind of felt a lot more natural. So so this time I just kind of chilled out a bit more and enjoyed the experience. But I don't know, Shelley. I mean, I haven't experienced autonomous driving at those high speeds. Like I said, maybe I've travelled at maybe 20 kilometers an hour at the highest. So, what are your feelings? Stuck there in the passenger seat and driving fairly quickly. Do you feel nervous at all?
I don't feel any nervous. It's quite safe. Very smooth experience. Yeah, this car can make decisions automatically, just immediately.
Right,
Okay,
Kelly,
and,
can I ask a question? What's the main difference between this year's iVista as well as compared to last year?
This year they have one more challenging items.
Okay, so it's to basically
对，今年的比赛是真正的比赛是
这个虚拟仿真出来的。
and also the number of
it's just
competitors
the
are higher
virtual
as well.
challenging. They are the new one.
还有一个低速人，就是像个机器人一样那个小车。
这是在下午的。
对，今天下午的。
Just this afternoon.
right. So will we be staying on to that for that one?
我们就是今天下午这个仿真挑战赛，他们是在室内举行的吗？就线下？
也是线下的，场地差不多。
对。但是线下的对吧？
对，和我们一样，只是他们这个小低速，对，低速跑比较慢。
It's just like a mini cars, or it's like a robot.
Like a robot. Yeah.
Robot?
Just running, yeah. But their field is much smaller than this one, and It's not a real road.
Okay, I heard virtual.
Because we will cooperate with some leading universities in China, like
Right.
Tsinghua universities. Yeah.
Right. So are you guys currently done with your experience in the car? Are you heading to the next thing, or you're gonna stay in the car? Let us know.
Later, we are waiting for this result.
Oh, the results.
You know,
Okay.
this morning's results.
Okay.
Yeah. It will come out soon. Because just this morning, there are 19 teams joining this competition.
Right. So who are the empires, by the way? Who is actually assessing the course?
You mean who is testing the course?
Yeah, who is the one that's tabulating the scores? Is there like a certain body or certain, or is that also AI? Is that also automated?
All of them automated.
Yes, I mean, is there like an empire body, like a referee that is going to be assessing the scores, or?
Yeah. There will be a session.
There is
Just
a
like
standard index here
All right.
to do the assessment.
Anything from you, James, to add on to this?
No, really. I mean, I'll have been looking through this information sheet to see if we can find any more information on that question. Know how they're actually judging and giving the scores, and how they are tallying them as well. So I'll keep looking for that. But I do have one more thing I'm curious about. So I've known about the development of autonomous vehicles in Chongqing for many years now. But Shelley, could you ask the driver, the technician in the driver's seat, in what year does he predict like the first autonomous vehicles will be seen on the roads in Chongqing or elsewhere in the world?
就是你觉得这样的车就是多久可以就是像消费者使用？
它估计还有段时间，
还有
5到10年。
5到10年。5 to 10 years. Yeah, this public. This charge will go to the public.
Still talking.
Yes, James.
Okay, and like I was saying before, and I think one issue with that is that the roads kind of need maybe digging up, and with the technology needed for autonomous driving has to be added to make them smart roads. And actually, I remember this is kind of happening a little bit in the UK as well. I remember on my last visit back home it was 2018. I haven't been home for like 3 years now. But I remember on the drive from Manchester to my hometown, we went on the motorway and they were digging up, a few lanes, to the left, because we drove on the left in England. And, everybody's been talking there that they're turning the motorways into smart motorways. So, I can kind of see something like similar, maybe a similar time frame being the case in England in the near future.
So, or perhaps it might even start in China first to lead the world.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, we had a lot of experiences with autonomous vehicles here in Chongqing, and they definitely seem to be at the forefront. Maybe along with Google, say in California.
Right.
But I definitely I think I expect Chongqing will be one of the first cities to bring out this new technology.
Mm. Right, that's why they're actually doing the testing in Chongqing.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, is there anything else that we can be showing the audience? Or are we about to call it a day for...
today over here.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose there's one thing I'm also
please,
quite interested in as well. I mean, is that if we can have a closer look at the exterior of the car. I mean, I don't know, really have a chance to get out of the car and show us some of the cameras and some of the equipment they're using.
Yeah. Okay. So.
It is.
So we're going to show you guys
Okay.
the exterior of the cars.
Okay. We'll give
Over
it a screen.
here, the top of the vehicles, it's the cameras and also sensors.
And those cameras look like they're 3D, like panoramic views. Is that the case?
Excuse me?
So are these like panoramic cameras? They can see all around, 360 degrees?
Yeah. I think I will ask this engineer to introduce this cameras to you.
Yeah, let's do a walk around of the car. That's a good one.
Okay. Later, the manager of this company is going to introduce the exterior of this
Oh, that's great.
car. This
就是比如说上面这些是怎么就是
可以中文是吧？
对，中文，英文也行。
中文吧，因为呢，这个是一个那个探测侧面的一个激光雷达。
It's laser radar to detect the side of the car.
然后呢，这个上面的支架的顶上呢是一个80线的一个激光雷达，可以探测周围的一圈，然后呢，探测比较远。
Just a round one is also a radar, which can monitor a long distance.
然后前方有一个小的一个那个孔，那个是一个摄像头，是我们可以看到前方的那个刚刚的一些红绿灯啊，一些那个还有补充的一些识别。
就是前面
那有一小颗。
Just in front of that, there's a small camera.
这里还有一个摄像头呢，也是能做成的，还有一个车道线，那个车道线的一个探测。
Like this camera, which can capture this length, the length of the road.
在这个最前方呢，也有2个雷达，一个是那个激光雷达，然后一个是那个毫米波雷达，然后呢是作为前方的障碍物。这个呢是稍微近距离的一些障碍物，作为激光雷达。然后这边的毫米波呢是那个远距离的一个障碍物，车辆这些。
And they got 2 radars. One is this laser radar, which can capture this obstacle quite close to the car, but the other one is the milliwave radar, which can capture these things far away from the car.
然后那个其实后面呢，其实还有毫米波雷达，但是是藏在里面的。因为毫米波它可以透过那个塑料。就大概在这个后方，就在这个内部，在里面。
在这车里面吗？
对，车里面。
它作用是什么呢？
也是看着后方的一个来车的。
And just inside of this, it's also get this milliwave radar. Just capture this the backside obstacle.
Interesting.
上面有2个那个蘑菇头天线，这个是那个做那个卫星定位的。卫星定位的吗？
And
就这2个。
This is just for the GPS.
All right, GPS, okay.
但是不动的 GPS 是在那个修正的，在惯性导航。
惯性导航是
指它能够探测你这个车的。
James, looking at all these, looking at all these bumps and components, do you think that the design of cars is going to radically change once all these things come into production?
It's my expectation that they're not going to be so ostentatious. I mean, at the moment, you've got this big block of all these cameras and devices on there. I expect in the future it's going to be like the ones I've experienced myself at Chang'an. So the cameras are actually built into the body of the car.
Okay.
But because this competition involves teams from many universities around China, also including Chongqing. I think they have to kind of prepare their own equipment, and then when they arrive at the location of the competition, then they've got to install this on top of the vehicle. So I think that's the reason why we have all of these devices and cameras sticking out so much. But in the future, when this reaches the stage that these can go into mass production, I do expect that they're going to be a lot less visible and going to become more part of the body of the car itself.
Yeah, because on commercial jets, as we see the aircrafts being upgraded, you get to see lots of bumps on the top of the plane as well, if you notice that, right? So extra avionics, extra sensors. So from what I'm seeing, unless they can drastically and radically reduce the size of all these devices, then it might have to be, something there that you can't really, hide, because certain sensors needs to be outreached so they actually censor stuff versus being hidden by, like a blind spot. So.
Yes, I think so. But so, like I was saying, in the Chang'an vehicles I've used, the cameras are actually all built into the body of the car, and also was saying that it's going to be another 5 to 10 years before these autonomous vehicles, are finally on public roads. So I'm sure, given the speed of development in the industry, I'm sure in like another 5 to 10 years, the size of all of these devices, radar systems are going to be minimized a lot more. I think maybe kind of similar to how we've seen with mobile phone technology. I remember
Exactly.
I remember like the first one I ever saw was maybe kind of around the end of the 90s. But the size of them were huge. They're not really heavy. Nothing like what we have today. I mean, today they're very compact. So I mean, it's my expectation that something similar is going to happen with autonomous driving.
Right. So with your expertise on all these, covering IV stuff for 2 seasons now, any final summary, closing statements for the audience?
Just so from my part, I mean, iVista, and this is the third consecutive year they've held iVista, and now it's become an integral part in the lead up to the Smart China Expo, which is now kind of set in Chongqing. And I'm very impressed. Every year they're making changes, they're adding more challenges. And each time, we're seeing, more and more interesting technology, more teams from around the country getting involved. So I know it's been great to see Shelley, being able to kind of take part a little bit, or have her own little experience. And I'm sure, like each year, we're going to continue to see, lots of great developments.
Right. Yeah, we got some other questions here, but I think all these things needs to be answered by the people who are making all these systems, right? So we have to wait and see, I guess. Any input on that? Reliability in darkness?
I suppose you can ask Shelley about this one. And if I added something to that as well, it was not only darkness, but also bad weather conditions, such as blizzards, rainstorms, things like that.
Right.
So I mean, Shelley, can you get any input on that?
Yeah. I'm gonna just maybe. Hello, Shelley. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, we got some. So James has some other questions for you.
Okay,
Yes.
So Shelley, we've had a question from the audience saying, is the navigation system reliable at nighttime when it's dark? And also, if I add to that,
problem.
So if I add to that, so I also want to say, does it also work well in adverse weather conditions such as snowstorms, rainstorms, thick fog, situations like that?
Hold on, I did ask. 这车的话，就是下雨。但是如果就是像就是下雪啊这些雪地这些。I just said usually it won't be a problem. Just we'll see how heavy the rain is. For example, it's a big storm. It might have some negative impact on the car.
And I imagine because they
normally
use
it won't be a
radars
problem.
rather than cameras, then I imagine in that situation, the weather or the time of day wouldn't have that big an impact.
All right, so I think we have concluded the drive for today, the course that Shelley has showed us, how the cars were able to, navigate the course. Obviously, again, the competition runs for 3 days, from yesterday onwards, today and then tomorrow. And I guess there's going to be a way that we can see the results. James, do you know where we can find out the results?
Yeah, maybe not offhand, but the award ceremony is going to take place on the 22nd of this month. So there's still plenty of action to come. So I would just ask the audience to keep following iChongqing.
And obviously,
we'll definitely bring you the results as they come out.
Yeah, obviously, the results will be published on iChongqing's Facebook. So all the Facebook followers can easily get the results on, as well as on Twitter. All right. So I am going to round off the stream, and I'd like to thank Shirley for being on the ground in the heat, along with Min. Thank the girls so much for, taking us into the cars and driving around to test the course. Thank you, James, for making it back through your hectic schedule to be with us on this stream. Any last words, James?
Not really. It's been a pleasure to do this live stream with you and with Shelley as always. And for audience as well, don't forget to keep following iChongqing. The Smart China Expo this year is still yet to begin, so there's going to be lots of action there. And we'll be there on scene to bring you all of the interesting interviews and also the highlights of the exhibitions as well. So keep following us, and there's a lot more to look forward to.
All right, so that's it from this stream, and again from me, Noel. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you guys on iChongqing's next stream. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. See you again next time.
Thank you, guys.